Hey guys, it's Kevin again. This will be another movie review for you guys. And this movie that I'm going to be reviewing, I personally didn't think I was going to be able to review this movie too because it was a limited release movie, and a lot of times those movies you can't find anywhere, not even on something like Solar Movie. However, this movie ended up getting leaked online, I believe a couple days ago, and so because of that, I was able to see it, and that movie is The Theory of Everything. Now, I was definitely very looking forward to this movie. I knew pretty much nothing about it except it was a Stephen Hawking biopic and that it was going to depict his relationship with his first wife. That's really all I knew about the movie. And I went to the movie pretty much blind. I heard Eddie Redmayne was a shoo-in for Oscars and things like that, and that definitely made me very interested in seeing the movie. And I decided I would watch it, and I'm very happy I did, because The Theory of Everything is a fantastic movie. I think it is definitely a very good movie. It is not one of the best movies of the year. It is probably going to be in my honorable mentions list, but it does have some amazing performances, and it has some really great acting as well, and there are a lot of things I really loved about this movie, and definitely is a very good biopic to Stephen Hawking, who was actually involved with this movie, but I'll get to that. Basically, though, the plot of this movie is, it's pretty simple. The movie starts off where Stephen Hawking's at a party with his friends. They're just discussing science and everything, and he meets up with Jane Wilde, who would eventually become his first wife, and she is this literature student he fell in love with while studying at this college in the 1960s, and it kind of depicts their relationship from there to eventually when he ends up contracting ALS and things like that, and the movie just does it very, very well, and that's basically what the movie's about. There's not much else to say about it except for that, and it's a pretty simple plot, but that's basically what the movie's about, and I think that definitely is very good about the movie, and I really like the plot of the movie. And one of the interesting things about this movie is it definitely is a very faithful biopic, in that there are a lot of things that this movie did that I did not know about Stephen Hawking. For example, I didn't know that Stephen Hawking got ALS from tripping and falling. I didn't know that. And it's in the first 27 minutes of this movie. So the way they do that is very well done. And the other thing that's interesting about Stephen Hawking is I didn't know how much he struggled. Like, the beginning of the movie, he is struggling a lot. Like, he's not really getting accepted to a lot of things. Everyone kind of, he's not really the successful scientist we know him as today. And it's very interesting the way this movie does that. I definitely really enjoy that the movie, showed us that. Because when a biopic can show you something that you didn't know about the person you're watching and the person they're depicting, it's very well done. And with that, let's get to the acting. Eddie Redmayne as Stephen Hawking. I have seen Eddie Redmayne in one other movie, and that is Les Miserables, where he played, Marius, and he did a very good job in that, but this is by far his best performance. Like, he is completely unrecognizable in this role. He, he must have studied about Stephen Hawking, because he really was Stephen Hawking. You believed everything he was saying. He got the voice down right. He had the look down right, especially in the second half of this movie when his health starts to deteriorate with ALS and things like that. I also didn't know that people thought that he was only going to live for like two years, basically, and that's definitely very interesting. And his transformation into that character, this is a very difficult role to pull off. It's not an easy role, and it provides a lot of an actor, definitely. It's not an easy role to portray, and he portrayed it tremendously. He really did a great job, and I really believed him as Stephen Hawking. There wasn't one point where I thought he wasn't Stephen Hawking. Honestly, this performance is Oscar-worthy. I think he's going to get nominated. I don't know if he's going to win, but I definitely feel that he should get nominated come Oscar season. Like, he should definitely get nominated for an Oscar, because he is fantastic in this role. Felicity Jones as Jane, I really liked her character as well. And one of the things I love about her character is that she is not the kind of girl that cheated on Stephen Hawking. No, she didn't cheat on him. What happened was she tried to stick by him as long as she could. Eventually, she got tired of him and left him, but she stayed with him as long as she could, and I definitely really liked that the movie showed that. They did a very good job of portraying that, and I really liked that a lot. I thought that was very, very good, and I really liked her character as well. Felicity Jones did a great job, definitely. The chemistry between her and Stephen Hawking was spot on. They had a lot of scenes here, especially in the early, especially in the beginning of the movie, like the thumbnail you see right here. They had some perfect chemistry. The second they met, these two, the second these two meet in the movie, they have perfect chemistry right away. You can tell that these two have perfect chemistry, and the way they work together was just great, and I thought she was fantastic as well, and I can't wait to see what Felicity Jones does next, because she really is a fantastic actress. I don't think I've seen enough of Felicity Jones, you know, I haven't seen as much as I wanted to. Sorry guys, I'm getting a Skype call. Let me just, do that. Okay. But yeah, so basically, you know, she really did a fantastic job in this movie, and I thought she was very good as well. I really enjoyed her acting in this movie, definitely. She was very, very good. And I can't wait to see what she does next. Now, let's talk about the other actors in this movie. Now, the other actors in this movie, the two other people, they're not in the movie as much as you think they're going to be. First of all, Maxine Peake plays Steven's second wife. She was good for what she had, but she came, you know, this is my only complaint with the movie. She kind of came across as kind of wooden. I didn't, you know, I thought she was good for what she had, but she wasn't in the movie enough for me to really get invested into her character. We didn't know as much about her as we did about Jane and Steven. And that's because this movie is about Steven and Jane. That's what this movie's about. And it's fine that they did that. It's just that, you know, that's my only complaint with the movie is that besides these two, no one is as strong as Eddie Redmayne and Felicity Jones. They're very good, but no one is as strong as them. Except for Charlie Cox, who plays Jane's second husband. I thought he did a very good job. He comes into this movie very late in, but he does a great job. I like that he actually tried to help Steven, but he got closer with Jane. You can tell they were going to start a relationship, but you could tell she was hesitant to at first. Like, she didn't really want to get into this. And I like that the movie did that, definitely. And I thought they had really good chemistry as well. Not as good as, you know, Redmayne, you know, she did, as Jones did with Redmayne, but she still did a great job with Charlie Cox. Then the other performances, they're fine. You know, Emily Watson does a good job as Jane's mother and everything. Simon McBurney. I liked Steven's friends, the guys that played Steven's friends. I thought they were good. And whoever played the teacher as well, I thought he did a fantastic job. I thought he was definitely really, really good, and I really liked his acting in the movie as well. I mean, he gives Steven this really motivational speech in, like, the first 11 minutes of the movie, and it's one of the most memorable parts of the movie. He definitely did a very good job with that, and I really liked that. Also, Stephen Hawking was involved with this movie. He actually had his computer voice. Not that this was interesting. He had his computer voice in the movie when, you know, when Stephen Hawking, the character, eventually just can't speak anymore and has to use the keyboard, you know, the computer and everything. Basically what happens is he transforms into, you know, he used the actual computer. And I thought that was interesting the way he did that. And I thought that was definitely really cool, and I really enjoyed that, definitely. And that's one of the things that I love the movie did. Another thing is, you know, the movie actually has some pretty funny moments, and I enjoy that a lot. I mean, there's some parts where you don't think it's gonna be funny. For example, there's this great scene about how they're upset that the keyboard is American. It's a really funny scene. I think it's played very well, and I definitely really enjoy that. Also, the thing with Stephen Hawking is the reason a lot of people didn't think he was going to live was because a lot of people don't live from ALS. The other thing this movie does is make you very concerned about ALS and wants you to sort of do something about it. I mean, a lot of people did the ice bucket challenge and things like that, but this movie really shows you what ALS can do to someone, and I didn't know how effective ALS really was. You know, I knew what's happened to Stephen Hawking, but I didn't know that your muscles just stop working, and the way the movie does that is perfect, because as you see, you know, there's a great scene of him trying to climb the stairs, and then all of a sudden his legs stop working, and it's a very well done scene. This movie is very hard to watch at points, but it's very well executed, and that really goes in part to the directing. James Marsh, the director of this movie, and he did a fantastic job directing this movie. I thought that he was spot on with the directing. Very, very good directing. I loved his directing, definitely. He did a very good job. The screenplay was also very good. You know, the movie never really dragged on. It felt like, you know, it should be the length it was. And I thought that the screenplay really was fantastic. I love the screenplay of this movie. The cinematography, gorgeous cinematography. I believe there are some scenes that actually show the real wedding of Stephen Hawking and Jane Wilde, and that's interesting if the movie does do that, but the cinematography was very good, especially when Stephen Hawking was doing, like, equations and things like that. Also, the end credits of this movie, awesome end credits. I don't know how they did it, but it kind of, like, got into Steven's head or whatever. That was really cool. I really like the way they did that. That was really cool with the cinematography. The editing, as I said, was great, and the other thing I want to talk about is the score. The score to this movie is very good. It's a very sad score, and it's very well done. I definitely really liked the score, and I thought the score was very well done, in my opinion. I really liked it. But that's pretty much all I have to say about the theory of everything. I would talk spoilers, but there's really not much to say because it's the biopics, and you know what's going to happen. You know that he's going to get ALS. You know that his wife is going to leave him. You know that he's going to get remarried. You know that Jane remarried. You know that these two still stayed friends no matter what. You know, there's not really much to say in terms of spoilers. But what I can say is I definitely recommend you guys check out this movie. And the movie's not going to be released it's being released wide, I believe, Wednesday. And if you guys want to check it out, definitely check it out. I highly recommend you check out this movie because it really is a fantastic movie. It's, as I said, not one of the best movies of the year. It is going to be on my honorable mentions list, but I definitely really enjoyed this movie. And it does have some great performances that I feel are very Oscar-worthy and should get the Oscar nominations. But as we see from my review, The Theory of Everything, let me know what you guys saw this movie, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be for either another movie review, which if I do review for another movie, it's going to be a bad movie. I'm just going to warn you guys, if I do, it's going to be a bad movie, so be prepared for a rant, because I'm going to rant, and, or it's going to be for my review of The Walking Dead, so I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.